Hello everyone, we're back again. The captain is banging them out hard this time. Bam! Back here with my Mikaeus, Nico Bellic the Unhallowed. Mikaeus the Unhallowed. He is a zombie cleric. He's six mana and he has Intimidate. He's gonna take my word for it on this one. Whenever a human deals damage to you, you destroy it. And other non-human creatures I control have +1/+1 and Undying. And Undying is if they were to die and they don't have a +1/+1 counter on them, they come back in with a +1/+1 counter on them. So Mikaeus just is here to just be the master of all of his zombie minions and just pump them up and do what he does. This deck is a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with it. It's and just smashes hard with zombies. So yeah, it's fun. So we'll get started with the land base, I suppose. Got 25 basic swamps. Just got a whole different kind in here. Full arts, few foils, just a bunch of crap. Non-basics, got 9 of those. Mortuary Mire, this is a new one from Battle from Zendikar. You just put a target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library, so let you get what you need to get. Strip Mine, great in Commander, getting rid of a land. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Of course, this combo is great with this one. Whoops, getting out of the frame there. There we go. Urborg and Cabal Coffers. I mean, this deck is mono black anyway, so it's going to have a lot of just swamps. But Cabal Coffers lets you just ramp so hard. I mean, with Urborg turns all lands into swamps. So then Cabal Coffers will tap to add a swamp for each swamp you control, which is all your lands. So yeah, these two together ramp hard and are a pretty great land combo in Commander. Crypt of Agadim, this lets you just tap for black or 2 and tap it to add black for each creature in your graveyard. So this is good if you have a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on in your graveyard right now, or at the time being. So, yeah, it's a good card for that. Unholy Grotto. This lets you, same thing as Mortuary Mire, except you could reuse it, put a target zombie from your graveyard on top of your library. Nykthos. This is, once again, it's just in a monocolored commander deck, so Nykthos is amazing when you can just start pumping out devotion with it. Westvale Abbey. This one is from Shadows over Innistrad. You can tap it for a color. So you can tap 5 and tap it, pay a life to get a 1/1 dude. Or you can tap 5, tap it, and sack 5 dudes to flip him into the Profane Prince, which is a giant demon, flying lifelink, indestructible, and haste. So yeah, he's pretty fun. And especially with Mikaeus, you can just sack your dudes and they'll all come back. And boom, we got a big old giant dude. And Bojuka Bog. This is another great utility land commander. Exile people's graveyards when they have graveyard shenanigans like mine. So you don't want to do that to you though, usually. So that was 9 basics. So we got a total of 35 lands. So yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's go for enchantments and artifacts. 13 of those. So starting off, we'll go with Graph Harvest. This is out of Eldritch Moon, and it's an uncommon for 1 black. Zombies you control have fucking menace. Wow. Yeah, super good. I like this card a lot. People don't like this card either. Pay 4, exile a creature from the graveyard and put a zombie out. So it's just super good because it gives all your zombies menace, which is fucked. Swiftfoot Boots, throw it on Mikaeus, throw it on anybody you need to, give him a little hexproof. Charcoal Diamond, I don't have Soul Ring in this deck either, so once again, just a little mana rock. Phyrexian Altar, this card's really good in Mikaeus because you can sack them to add 1 mana, and if they don't have Undying, they're just going to come back. So yeah, this thing, sack a creature and add mana, super good. Ashnod's Altar, same thing, sack a creature at 2. Colorless, so it gives you 2 colorless, not any color like Phyrexian Altar, but it's still a great sack outlet. Whip of Erebos. Creatures you control have lifelink, and then 4 tap, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste, then you exile it. If it leave the battlefield, uh, exile instead of putting it anywhere else. So you just reanimate things and give them haste, and then they get exiled. So it's really just good to give my guys lifelink because they're just going to keep coming back from the graveyard anyways. So Greed, this is a good card. Pay a black, pay 2 life to draw a card. So it's just great card draw. Endless Ranks of the Dead. At the beginning of your upkeep, you put X2/2 zombies out, where X is half the number of zombies you control rounded down. So this thing can just start pooping out zombies all by itself. Liliana's Mastery. This one's also a new one out of Amonkhet. It's a zombie lord enchantment, and then creates 2 zombies when it comes out. So it's pretty cool. Call to the Grave. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, they sacrifice a non-zombie, and at the end of turn, if there's no zombies, you sack this. So, I mean, you have a few zombies that you could sack, but basically you're not going to really be sacking anything to this, and everybody else is. So, it's pretty fun. Belby's Portal. When it comes into play, you choose a creature type. You usually choose zombie. And then you can 3 and tap it to put a creature card of chosen type from your hand into play. So this is good to play like fat zombies for 3 mana. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Dictate of Erebos. This is great. Whenever a creature you control dies, everybody else sacks creatures. So, I mean, you sack your own creatures for mana. You can just board wipe. Or you can even do maybe like a one-sided board wipe, and then just everybody else's creatures die because it dictates. So it's a fun card. And Grave Betrayal. Whenever a creature you don't control dies, you return it to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter under your control, and it's also a zombie. So yeah, this thing is super fun if you can get it. I mean, it's expensive for 7 mana, but I've gotten it before, and it is fun. You just play this, and you wipe the board. Everything is just coming back under your control. Yeah. Lots of fun. So that was 13 enchantments and artifacts. We'll go to the one planeswalker really quick, which is Liliana of the Dark Realms. She's great. I really have her in there, and this is what I tell everybody too. I just have her in there and just search for the swamp. Don't worry about it. Which is really true. She allows you to just hit your land drop every turn, but her -3 is pretty good. Gives a target creature +X/+X or -X/-X until end of turn, where it's the number of swamps you control. But her -6, you get an emblem where swamps you control tap for 4 fucking black mana. So yeah, people try and get rid of her really quick. So you can usually get a couple swamps out of her, but then she's gone. Because they don't like that. They don't like that emblem. And usually I'm just like, oh, I'm just using it for the ramp, which is true, but I want that emblem too. So, Liliana of the Dark Realms. Let's do instants and sorceries next, since this is a creature deck pretty much. 19 of these. So, Dark Salvation is another one out of Eldritch Moon. Had some pretty good zombie cards in it, Eldritch Moon did. Scoot back a little bit. There we go. Target player puts X/2/2 black zombies, so it's a black and X. So if you pay 3 mana, you put 1 out. And then one target creature gets -X/-X until end turn, which is each zombie you control. Or then one target player, hold on a minute. Then one target creature gets -X/-X until end turn for each zombie that player controls. Okay, so I'm a dumb dope fiend, and this is that player. I thought it was the number that you control, so it's pretty good. I guess you can give those people zombies, and then 86 one of their dudes. But I thought it was for me. See, this is if you read the card, then you know what the card does. So yeah, still a fun card though, regardless. Tragic Slip gives a creature -1/-1 until end of turn, or if something dies, you get something -13/-13. So this thing can just 86 a lot of things if one thing has already died. Bubbling Muck. Until end of turn, if any player taps a swamp for mana, it produces 2 black. So you can just use this to get Mikaeus out real quick. Get Mikaeus out, get a couple other dudes out, just establish your board state. That's what I usually do with this. Killing Wave, black and X. For each creature's controller sacrifices, they pay X life. So, I mean, this I can, make everybody pay 5 life, and I just will sack all my creatures. Or pay 5 life for Mikaeus, and sack all my other creatures, and they'll just all come back with Undying. So, and everybody else's shit just dies because they can't pay that much life for it. So that's a fun card. Black Sun Zenith, 2 black and X, put X -1/-1 counters on each creature, and then you shuffle Black Sun Zenith back into your library. So this is a great card. I love the artwork on it too. It's just fucking dark as shit. Looks like Damnation's coming soon too. Sanguinate. This card is fucking awesome. I love this card too. 2 black X. Each opponent loses X life, and you gain life equal to the life lost this way. So if you can Cabal Coffers this for like 13, you have just drained everybody of 13 life. Playing 4 people, well, 3 other people, including yourself. It's ridiculous. I've won the game with this in my Tassiger deck, which I'll be doing deck tech on soon, but I've won with this in my Tassiger deck. Just boom, just do this, drain everybody, get this card back from the graveyard, do it again on second main, and game's over. So this card's sweet in a lot of decks, but it's a lot of fun in this deck too to gain life. Footsteps of the Goryo. This one is super good if you like target Grey Merchant of Asphalanda with it. You return target creature from the graveyard to play, and then you sack it at end of turn. So anything that has enter the battlefield, you can use this on and get a good advantage out of it. Ashes to Ashes. I use this a pretty good amount to get rid of generals. You just exile, and then you deal 5 damage to yourself. So it's pretty good. I really like it. It's just a fucking sweet looking card. I like the art a lot on it. It's very like simple and bland, but I like it a lot. Toxic Deluge. This is basically the best board wipe in all of Magic, if not in all Commander. 3 mana, and then you pay X life, and all creatures get -X till end of turn. So it's just get past Hexproof, everything. Not indestructible, but Hexproof, Shroud, all that shit. Sadistic Sacrament, 3 black, then you can search target player's library for 3 cards and exile them, and then if you kick it, so you pay 10 mana total, you look for 15. So this is, I mean, I could probably switch it out, but it's just great for getting rid of cards in players' libraries. Like if they have a combo or whatever, just get that out of there. Done with that shit. Victimize. Choose 2 target creatures in your graveyard, and then sack a creature and bring those out tapped. So, I mean, you know, with Undying, you sack it, comes back, bring 2 dudes out. Pretty good. Sun Spoiling, this just is really good at split second, so a lot of people don't expect it, and they can't interact with it. All creatures they target player controls become O2 and lose all abilities, so can save you for a turn or 2, does some good stuff. Empty the Pits is 4 black XX, has Delve, put X2/2 black zombies out, tapped. So it's pretty good. I just noticed too, I don't think I have whatchamacallit? Empty the Floorboards. Is that the one? Yeah. See, I think I'd rather put that in here than Empty the Pits. I thought I had From Under the Floorboard, or not From Under the Floorboards. It's the one from Innistrad, but it puts the 13 out, and then you can flash it back. So I'll probably switch that out for this one. Actually, I was pretty sure I had it in here, but I don't think I do. So yeah, this one's all right. Be done with that. Necrology. This is probably one of my favorite cards in this deck. You can only play it during your discard, and you pay X life and draw X cards. So literally, if people are picking on me, or the game's just lasting like it is, and I mean, you just pay 20 life with this, 25 life. Draw 25 cards, throw half of it in your graveyard, and then you'll probably be able to play this card. Living Death. So yeah, if you literally, I mean, Necrology for 25, discard your whole hand, draw Living Death, and part of that 25, Living Death lets you basically just wheel the board in the graveyard. So you take whatever's on the battlefield, and it goes into the graveyard, and whatever's in the graveyard comes into the battlefield. Everybody, it's symmetrical. So this is a lot of fun. Like I said, if you can Necrology, get 10, 15 zombies in the graveyard and just bring them all out, pretty sweet. And if Mikaeus is out there, then they all just come back. Mikaeus won't, but they all will. So yeah, this card's a lot of fun. Zombie Apocalypse, return all zombies from the graveyard tapped and to the battlefield tapped, and then destroy all humans. So, pretty flavorful. Necromantic Selection. Destroy all creatures and then return a creature put into a graveyard this way under your control, and it's a zombie. So, it's good for just board wiping and taking a creature. Inguruk's Wake. You destroy all creatures you don't control and all planeswalkers you don't control. So, expensive, but super good. And last card, Rise of the Dark Realms. Pay 9 mana, put all creatures from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. So yeah, that card is a lot of fun. So that was the instants and sorceries. There are 19 of those. Like I said, I need to put whatever it's called, from under the floor. It's not from under the floorboards. Whatever the fuck that spell is. You put 13 zombies out tapped, and then you can flash it back. I had that in here, I thought, but apparently I do not. So yeah, so we'll go on to the last part here, which is my creatures. There's a pretty good amount of creatures in this deck. Oh man, I fucking totally just fucked all this up. Here we go. 32 creatures in the deck. So yeah, this is pretty much the meat and potatoes of this deck. So we got Cryptbreaker. He's from Eldritch Moon. Yeah, there's a lot of cool zombie cards and stuff that came out of Eldritch Moon, and Shadows had some pretty good ones too. But yeah, Cryptbreaker, discard one in a black, tap him, discard a card, put a zombie out, and then you can tap 3 zombies. They can have summoning sickness and do this. It's like the same thing with like the elves. It doesn't have the tap symbol. It just says tap, so you can do it with summoning sickness. Tap 3 zombies, draw a card, lose a life. So, pretty good. The Seer, I mean, just another sack outlet and let you scry. He's like one of the few zombies I don't have in here. They don't like him that much because they're zombies. I mean, zombies and vampires get along all right, but yeah, they'd prefer him to not be here because he's not a zombie. But they don't make the decisions. I do, and Mikaeus signed off on it, so fuck him. Carrion Feeder, he can't block. You sack a creature, put a +1/+1 on him, so it's just great for sack outlets. Gravecrawler, this guy's a lot of fun. He can't block. He's a 2/1, but you can cast him from your graveyard as long as you control zombies. So there are combos with him. Him and like Mikaeus and well, I guess Mikaeus doesn't really do it, but it doesn't really matter. You can just sack this guy, a sack outlet, and another creature in your Vengeful Dead makes basically kill everybody. So yeah, this guy's a lot of fun. I would still just set him aside. Withered Witch or Withered Wretch. Tap 1, remove target, exile a card from a graveyard. So he can just get rid of important combo pieces in graveyards or whatever. Shepherd of Rot. This guy taps. Each player loses 1 life for each zombie in play. So this guy can just control the board hard. He does it to everybody, but sometimes it's just worth getting your opponents down really low, and then you can just swing in hard with all your mean zambies. Relentless Dead. This one's from Shadows over Innistrad. He's pretty good. 2 black. He's Menace. When he dies, you can play black to bounce him to your hand. And when he dies, you can pay X and then return a zombie with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. So he can just bring out zombies by himself if you pay their mana cost. So he's not too bad. He's pretty fun. Bone Knitter. This guy, tap 2, regenerate target zombie. So yeah, he's good at just saving your zombies if Mikaeus can't do it or whatever. Lord of the Undead. This guy just buffs all zombies. I think it's all other zombies. I think he's been errated too. All other zombies get +1/+1. And then you can return target zombie from your graveyard to your hand. So he's a lot of fun. Death Baron. This guy is fucking mean. He gives all of your other zombies 1/1 and Death Touch. So he's just another Lord, and he gives them Death Touch. So that's the best thing. Cemetery Reaper, another Lord, and then he can exile creature cards and put zombies out. So just another good Lord. Unbreathing Horde. It enters the battlefield with the +1/+1 for each other zombie you control in the graveyard, and I said that wrong. Each zombie you control and each zombie in your graveyard. And then if you be dealt damage, you just remove a +1/+1 counter from him to prevent the damage. So this guy can get fucking huge if you've cast like Necrologia and you just have like a fat graveyard and stuff going. Fat Graveyard and Board State. I mean, he can just be massive. So he's a lot of fun. Lord of the Accursed is another new one out of Amonkhet. He's just another Lord, and he taps to give them all menace. So he's pretty good as well. Geralf's Messenger. This guy's cool. This is another one that you can flash back with Footsteps of the Goryo to make opponents lose 2 life. But yeah, he is undying, so he's going to make somebody lose at least 4 life, at least. And if you can just keep bringing them back, that's a lot of life that they'll lose pretty fast. Zombie Master. This is another Lord. Well, not really a Lord, but he gives all of zombies Swamp Walk and Regenerate for as long as he hangs out. So he's pretty good. Diagraph Colossus is another new one out of Shadows. Enters battlefield with a +1/+1 for each zombie in your graveyard. So this guy can get pretty big if you have a lot of stuff in your graveyard. And then whenever you cast a zombie spell, you put a 2/2 out tapped. So he just keeps them coming on out too. So he's a lot of fun. Risen Executioner. This guy can't block, but he lords up all your other zombies, and he casts 1 more. You can play him from the graveyard if you pay 1 more for each other creature in your graveyard. So, I mean, if he's the only one in your graveyard, you pay 4, and he's back. Undead War Chief makes all of your zombies cost 1 less, and he lords all of your zombies up. So, yeah, just a lot of lord zombies in here, pumping up all your little zombies. Dimir Houseguard. This guy has Fear, but he also has Transmute, so you can pay 3 and discard him to look for any 4-drop in your deck. So he's pretty good for that. Cryptghast. This guy's good. Whenever you cast, he is Extort, so whenever you cast a spell, you can pay black basically, and you can make each opponent lose a life, and then you gain that much. So he's pretty good. Whenever you tap a Swamp for mana, you tap it for 2. Basically, is what he says. So yeah, he's good at helping you ramp. Balthor the Defiled. He's a zombie, and you can exile him to make everybody return all black and red creatures from the graveyard to play. So I haven't yet used him. He's just good at like bringing in back all your zombies. You can exile him and just bring everything back. So he's pretty cool. He's a little pissed off too. But the Soulless one. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of zombies in play plus the number of zombies in graveyards. So he can get huge too. He's yelling. He's a little pissed. Here's the one I was talking about, Vengeful Dead. So with Vengeful Dead, Gravecrawler, and like Phyrexian Altar, you can literally sack Gravecrawler, get a mana, make everybody lose a life, use the mana. I mean, it literally, you win with this, Vengeful Dead, and like Phyrexian Altar out. So you just sack, play him again, sack, drain, play him again, sack, drain, play him again, sack, drain, play him again. There you go. So yeah, that combo is pretty fun. Haven't yet used it, but it's a lot of fun. Skin Render. When it enters the battlefield, you put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature. It looks like the Xenomorph from Alien, or Alien itself. But yeah, it's good to just kill a little 3-drop. Or a little 3/3. Corpse Connoisseur. This guy, when he goes into play, you can search for a creature and put it in your graveyard. And then you can unearth him to do it again. So he's just good at throwing something in your graveyard that you need in there. Maybe like Gravecrawler or whatever, start the chain. Corpse Harvester. This guy is pretty good. You pay 2, tap him, sack a creature, look for any zombie and a swamp, reveal him, and put him in your hand. So he just kind of ramps you up a little bit and gets you other types of zombies. And he's like spinning this little black portal, just conjuring up some darkness. Noxious Ghoul. Whenever him or another zombie comes into play, all other non-zombies get -1/-1 until it turns. So if this guy and like a bunch of other zombies are coming in, they just all stack and can potentially wipe out a lot of things on the board. So yeah, this guy's a lot of fun. Grey Merchant of Asphodel. When he enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black, and you gain life equal to the life lost this way. So he'll just drain. I mean, you can have a pretty good amount of devotion. I mean, this guy's 2. If you have Mikaeus out here, Mikaeus is 3. So I mean, that's 5. Fucking Noxious Ghoul, he's 2. I mean, you can have a lot of you can have a lot of devotion. And then, like I said, you Footsteps of the Goryo, this guy back. It's not fun for your opponents. Grave Titan, he's Death Touch, and whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, you put 2/2 zombies out. So this guy just pumps out zombies hard. He's a lot of fun. Triskelion, when he comes into play, this is literally the only combo I have in this deck. This is a fail-safe. This is push the red button when shit is hitting the fan. So Triskelion with Mikaeus, even though you can't read Mikaeus unless you're smart. So Triskelion comes in with 3+1/+ encounters on him. You just remove all the counters from him. He'll die from Mikaeus, comes back with Undying. Just remove them all again. So you can infinitely kill the entire board with Triskelion and Mikaeus because he'll just keep coming back in. He doesn't have any counters on him, so he doesn't have Undying. So yeah, that is a lot of fun. People love that combo. Hats off to you. Butcher and Malk here. This is like, I think this, well, Triskelion and Grave Titan's a giant. But yeah, Triskelion, Grave Titan, Crypt Gas, Dimir Houseguard. That other one that I was saying. Viscera and Butcher. Those are the only, there's like, what, so I said 4 or 5 creatures in the deck that aren't zombies, but they're in here for a purpose. When you hear another creature is put into your graveyard, each other opponent sacks a creature. So this guy is really good. He's foiled, so kind of hard to tell because he's dark. But yeah. And last card of the deck is Scourge of Neltoth. It's a flying 6/6. You can cast it from your graveyard by paying 2 black and sacking 2 creatures rather than paying its huge mana cost. So it's a lot of fun. So yep, that was my Mikaeus, the Unhallowed zombie tribal deck. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy playing it a lot, and people hate playing against it. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Got 2, 3, maybe 4 more commander decks coming up. I'm going to do deck techs on, so keep your eyes glued. Thanks again.